Hello everybody, and welcome back to Arkham City. This is Jay, and last time we left off, we dealt with the Joker. Or, more accurately, he dealt with us, infused us with poisonous blood, his to be precise, and sent us off to find Mr. Freeze, who has apparently been working on a cure for the Joker. More on that when we find out about it. It's a fairly interesting story. And speaking of story, I will mostly be talking over the thug talk. There's a lot of it, and it's going to be much better to discuss things that way. So, one of the problems with Arkham City is pretty much the same as Arkham Asylum, which is to say that there's a lot of villains, but they don't all get the screen time they deserve. Major characters from the Rogues Gallery, like Poison Ivy, get a really shoddy deal. Really,
Alfred,
that was a
Joker's
crap
poisoned
fight.
me. He may have poisoned Gotham too.
While
Mr. Freeze has the only cure.
others get more
City.
screen time than I think they
If
deserve,
only it was
but
that simple.
that's
He'll be
pretty
somewhat
much
cold.
due to personal
He needs to
taste.
be kept at sub-zero temperatures to survive.
I don't wish to worry you, but it is the middle of winter out there.
I noticed. I've calibrated the cowl to track heat signatures. I'll find the coldest point in Arkham City.
And welcome to another hot or cold. Quite literally in this case, as we're heading towards the coldest point in Arkham City. Now, this is actually a fairly easy one, and it's made even easier for me by the fact that I know exactly where I'm going. But when you're heading in the right direction, it gets colder. When you're facing the wrong way, it gives you that cross. And these thugs. Now, the thugs are meant to be shown as grimdark and evil, but this is just hilarious. Obviously, it's not nice that, you know, they're laughing about this guy dying. But
I see it. Jail keeps sending us dead people, and we'll keep sticking them in these cars until we run out of space.
But that,
What do you think will be next?
the thugs are disposing of bodies by sticking them in cars, and in fact a little bit later, if you watch the subtitles, you'll see another one where they talk about how they can fit 50 people into one car.
Freeze's lab must be this way. I'm definitely heading toward the coldest point.
And now for the Joker.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. A hotline straight to my bestest friend in the world. Just think, I can call you up whenever I get bored. I think our relationship is really maturing here. The next thing you know is we'll be exchanging emails or meeting up for romantic dinners.
How many corpses do you think we can get in here? If we bend them up, I figure, I don't know, 500. Sounds like a challenge.
This is one of the plus points of the game. Most of the time, the writing is absolutely brilliant.
Stop complaining.
I mean, they're highlighting the Joker and the Batman's twisted, almost relationship.
Who's the real boss of Arkham City?
And, of course,
I'm ready to go out there and kick some
the
penguin
thugs
ass.
are extremely thuggish.
We do this for the Joker. When we roll out of
Now,
here, we find anyone
one thing that's come up is
the information out of them.
keyboard and mouse versus controller. This is an age-old debate, and I'm going to pretty much say personal taste. You're not going to see perfect combat. You are going to see me ignore side missions.
The old Gotham FM building. I think it's on the north bank of the Gotham River. Someone's hunting me. I need help.
Yeah, this is one of the things where LPing will break your immersion a little bit, because I want to keep the side missions to their own videos, and this means I will do some very un-Batman-like things, like, for example, completely ignoring that SOS until I'm good and ready to deal with it. So, prepare for Batman being a lot more callous than you remember, and it's all going to be my fault. But here we are at, the Crank Co. Toy Company. Yeah, it's discussing side missions. Luckily, they're automatically marked on the map, and you can change your objective marker to any of them. But yeah, you'll see that toy there. Crankco Toys. This is a reference to the Toy Master, a villain who achieved prominence in The Batman. And we're now reaching
the old
objective.
GCPD building. Freeze must be using one of the old forensic labs. I've got to get in there.
Now here I get a good chance to talk about Predator missions,
It's shut tight.
because the larger part of these missions
I'll blow their faces off
in this video are Predator missions.
We just grab
So
Freeze
Predator
and take it back
missions,
to the
you've
Joker?
usually got a lot of
Sounds like a
options.
plan. Anybody got anything to
I'm
smoke?
not going to be taking all of them at
Since
this
Joker
time,
came when the war's
because
getting
some of them
harder and harder
require
to
gadgets to
get.
set up properly,
I
and
know
I'm
what you
very
mean.
cautious.
Maybe Penguin's crew's got some.
But
Guess we could find out after we kill
the
them
trick
all.
is, if someone's isolated, like this guy, then you take them out with impunity. Because they're going to take a little while to get to you. Of course, that doesn't mean they won't spot you getting up to a ledge. I think I got lucky this time, but... most of them will run towards the body until somebody finds it. We could attack there, but that would be suicide. We really can't take guns, even with ballistic armor V4. So once again, we got one guy on his own. Take him. Now, yep, there we go. I get spotted, and I use the Arkham Asylum trick of quickly going between gargoyles. Gargoyles and other ledges are pretty useful. You can drop from them, you can muller with them, but there are lots of other tools too. For example, gratings make a return, and a grating takedown, oh, it's always satisfying. Although sometimes the grapple point's not showing right. Yeah.
What's going on here?
That's not so good. The interface has definitely improved, but it's still not without its flaws, as sometimes you can just grapple up to a ledge when you actually meant to grapple to a gargoyle. You've got to be quite careful with that sort of thing. Now, the interesting thing about great takedowns, which we'll see in a little more obviously later, is that you can take down someone next to the grate as well as on the grate. Now, you can also hang, which is quite relaxing, but basically allows you to lose a little bit of that height, which would normally turn a drop attack into a turn an inverted attack into a drop down attack even. Unluckily, we don't really see inverted attacks for inverted takedowns even for a while. A long while, but we'll get there. And this guy, he's the last one. We could technically just drop in front of him, scare him for some intimidation bonus, and then beat the crap out of him face to face, but nah. And again, that's a side mission. We're going to be ignoring it despite the nature of it. Instead, we're going to level up. Now, this is a no-brainer. Multiple takedown. Against groups, this will save your arse. So, I take this without a second thought. Any minute now, I take this without a second thought. There we go. Just like to stress, there were no thoughts involved, apart from first ones. So, here we are.
Can you hear me? What's going on? Now for the love of... If any of you idiots at the GCPD are still capable of breathing, switch to channel Puffin 0. Do you understand? Puffin 0, now!
Penguin's communicating with his crew using that radio. I should grab it.
Oh, you mean that radio?
If I hack this radio, I'll be able to listen into all of Penguin's communications.
Now, this is one of the good things about the cryptographic sequencer. It's been improved significantly. you can listen into other broadcasts. The GCPD isn't too interesting, but we are going to get a little bit of interest and a rather cryptic half message.
That's correct, Don. The inmates are running wild, and there are reports that the turf war on the ground has escalated. As regular viewers will no doubt remember, when I spoke to the mayor earlier tonight, he said that all measures were being taken to restrict the flow of illegal weaponry into Arkham City. The mayor was very clear in his response. He said that all weapons are illegal within the quarantine zone. He promised every measure possible was being taken to control these anarchic outbursts. So Gotham, let me ask you, does this look like an anarchic outburst? In my opinion, and I stress, it is just my opinion, the entire site is in chaos.
What should I do? Continue to observe the subject. No problem, Professor. Over.
Now, that was quite interesting. You can already tell that Mayor Sharp has a totalitarian thing going on because of Vicky Vale's "this is just my opinion." Or at least it's implied. We did Penguin's broadcast. That is just one function of the cryptographic sequencer, and we'll be seeing others very shortly. In fact, the second video of this update will be dealing with one of the more important aspects. Or at least important if you're a fan of Riddler Trophies.
Joker's crew are still outside, Mr. Cobblepot.
Good. Make sure it stays that way.
No problem.
Now,
All right, listen up. The boss wants this place held tight. No one in or out. You see one of Joker's crew, waste them.
What about Batman?
Kill him too.
Just like that?
Just like that.
you're not going to have it that easy. Now, we see here a console. We can't actually deal with that just yet. It's a plot event. I thought we would have it earlier, but no. Now, here we're introduced to finding alternate ways around. Thug's got that way. A Thug's got that way, and they've all got guns, so it would be a very bad idea to attack directly. So instead, we're going to use our noggins and look around. Now, again, we get a Riddler Trophy there. We'll be ignoring that until much later.
Let's get this straight. Are you telling me that you are all so incompetent that you need me to come down there and help you search a room?
No. I mean...
Well, it sounds like that's what you're saying.
Please, Mr. Cobblepot. I didn't mean it. You'll find me.
Oh yeah, one last thing. I hear Batman's coming your way. Good luck.
Now, here we get to at least look at some of the variety we got. We got electrical, we've got ledges to hang from, we've got glass windows, and because of my cautious nature, I don't actually show them all off yet, because a lot of them are risky and take a lot to set up. So, we're going to kick off with a great takedown. I wasn't sure I could do this until I realized, yeah, you can take someone down who's next to a ledge. So, bye-bye! I'm going to be doing this a lot in detective mode because the easy reference for what's what is pretty much the best way to do things.
Over here! Now! I found someone!
Of course, this sacrifices a bit of the prettiness. Freeze's lab, as you can see, is a very well-designed area. We'll be seeing it again, though. Silent takedown, otherwise known as your most common tool for taking down a thug. Just get up behind them, take them out.
What's wrong? Too scared to show yourself? I see what you're doing. How are you going to use those things?
Now, this guy is threatening to take out one of our gargoyle points or ledges. So I take him down, and I take a bit of a risk there, because the thugs could have seen me do that. Luckily, they don't notice me grappling away, but I still grapple around just because I'm a bit paranoid about such things. I've been burned on that before. No friends nearby. I was thinking about trying for a takedown from above, and in fact I do actually make an effort to try it, but it doesn't really work. I mean, I drop on him, and that knocks him down, and I immediately knock him out. But, yeah.
Please, I give up. Look at me. I'm dropping my weapon.
Now, this is something that very rarely happens. In fact, I can only think of it happening this once. You get to interrogate the thug.
Where's Freeze?
He's in the museum. Penguin's got him.
I'll have to cut that tongue out of your head, boy. I don't know people telling tales on me.
No. I'm sorry, Mr. Cobblepot. He made me tell him.
You can have him, Batman. I'm safe and sound here in my museum. Try and get me if you like. I've got plenty of surprises ready for you if you do. Starting right now.
Oh dear. I ledge up just in case there's an attack, but I'd forgotten that there really isn't.
That doesn't sound good.
Instead, yeah, Penguin's really got a nasty surprise in store for us. This isn't it.
Alfred.
Hello, sir. Have you retrieved the cure from Mr. Freeze?
There were complications. Penguin has got his hands on Freeze and trapped me in the GCPD building.
You do realize that you will actually die if you don't get this cure soon.
Thanks for reminding me, Alfred. I'm in a police building. Cobblepot's obviously bribed some official into giving him the lock codes for the municipal structures. I'm downloading the unlock codes right now.
Now, this is a fun thing. We'd already found the security gate control, but this is how they improved the cryptographic sequencer. A little password minigame. None of them are very difficult, but it's still a nice touch. As you can see, the passwords are usually something you'd expect from an area. Obviously, nobody in Gotham has heard of password security. Oh well. And soon we're going to see part of the nasty surprise the Penguin has created after I completely fail. Oh! Yeah, that's the nasty surprise. Yeah, I completely failed to,
See, I told you it'd work. Blow the bridges, cut off the Cloud's forces. Easy.
failed to do a slide.
But Mr. Cobblepot, we're stuck too!
Now, this is another good piece of writing.
We can't get back. And your point is? Well, it's just, you've left us over here with the Joker's crew. Try and take some of them down before you die, son. You bastard.
Now, I'm planning
We have visual on the explosion.
to go
Thermal
and
scans show
do
multiple
something
detonation points.
that you can do
Roger
later in the
that,
game.
AT3.
But it appears I've not been able to do it so far. See that helicopter?
Leave them to it. It will be interesting to witness how things progress as we approach Protocol 10.
Affirmative. AT3, continue
You
your
can
patrol.
theoretically grab onto them
We have
and take a
positive
ride on them,
Batman.
but I try about 2 or 3 times now,
What? Remember those guys with the
and
bombs? No one
I
just got
completely
here.
and utterly
Was off
fail.
taking a leak. Oh yeah, sorry about
But
that.
still,
A little while
the
ago, we saw a
movement
bunch
in the
of
game
guys
is
on the
actually
road
quite
down
good.
here.
I mean, there's
Why
so
was
many
the
options,
supports
even
and
if
everything
I
going?
completely fail at doing some of them. You can grab onto the helicopters for a ride. The helicopters provide another purpose of really getting on your nerves when they follow you. And yet another purpose still. And what the hell is that? Oh dear. Oh, and thugs. They actually did take me by surprise, and I thought I'd try and take them down, but no. Now the thing about fighting is try not to get yourself in a corner. Try to keep the rhythm going. I don't always manage this. Don't try ground takedowns unless you're certain, which I definitely don't manage very often. There we go, we're pretty sure of this one. And we don't actually get a chance to use our new combo. But yeah, we've got something pretty heavy going on there. There Riddler's taken the church. This doesn't bode well. We can use a lot of mobility tools, gliding, grappling, and later we'll be able to get the grapple boost. Right, now this guy, yep, definitely safe to ground take down him. We also use the combo. Or rather the multiple takedown and using back claws in a combo. As I've mentioned, you can use a device up to 3 times in a combo, depending on what the device is.
It's just exploded. Nothing just explodes. Did you see?
Now, we're going to meet the Riddler, and I'm going to shut up for the rest of the video. But, next video, we're going to actually start on the Riddler Trophies and side missions. We're going to take a 3 video to 1 plot video ratio for now. Obviously things will slow down and I'll be editing the video after the Riddler intro, so we get a lot of trophies out of the way. Well, this has been Jay, and enjoy the first meeting with the Riddler. Next video.
You still got enough teeth left in your mouth to talk? We'll drag you to Joker and let you swear your allegiance. Now, get ready for a world of pain.